Today I was early. Today I'm late. But I once again just woke up from the craziest nap of all time. Let me go ahead and share this. What is happening? Hold on. My phone is going crazy right now. Oh my god. Hold on. Yo, Phil, can you hear that? What the fuck is that? Okay. Yeah, it was music. It was like I had hit go live. Go live. I hit live stream while a video was playing. So the video was continuing to play while I was on the live stream. And there's like some dude hitting the midst. And it's like tap, 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 tap. And I was like, there's no way this video is still playing. And it was. Okay. Now we're ready. Yeah, I literally had to close out the app and reopen it. Take 2 before bedtime. In 7 days, your pant size will change from 3XL to medium. What do you think the two things are? It's gotta be crack pipes, right? Oh, let me open up the chat on my laptop. Do 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 do. Bro, it literally has to be meth. But let me open up the chat and then I'll go back to the article. Okay. It's a pill. This one product does all the following: stops excess fat production, suppresses your appetite, increases serotonin, increases energy levels, improves sleep, and prevents fatigue. Made from 100% all natural and organic ingredients. Is crack organic? Let me see. What is this? Pro Fast Keto plus ACV gummies. Get the fuck out of here. Losing an average of 27 pounds in 1 month, and with continued use, keep the weight off. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm trying to see like what the extra catch is. Like, obviously, these people are just like jumping on keto. I can't figure out what the catch is with these pills, but I feel like you buy them and they're like, yeah, these just make keto easier. And it's like caffeine or something. Because that's the dumbest shit I ever read. It was literally like, it said like Pro Fast Keto gummies. I don't even know what that means, but I'm guessing a high amount of caffeine and something else to just make you not hungry at all. And you're like, wow, how am I losing so much weight? It's like, bro, you ate one time in the last month. That's why. What you on though, Phil? You work out today or what? It's probably not gonna get lit in here today because I got on here late. Took a fat nap. And I was on here early yesterday. And I was on here for a long time yesterday. So I'm probably not expected to be on here today. Cup, you're back. Cup, I thought you were a bot. Are you saying you're dead like you're laughing dead, or you actually dead? Because if you're actually dead and you're like a ghost on my chat, that's kind of scary. Hit some singles. Oh, some time singles at 80 kg. That's what's up. Phil, did I tell you I re-injured myself, bro? I was supposed to compete on Saturday. That's not gonna happen. 3 by 3 minute runs. 1 minute 30-second break. Bro, what's crazy is like I didn't do anything. Literally that last big session I had, I did like 120, 150 or something like that. And literally like 2 days later, my shit was like swollen, bro. Not painful. Like even now, it's not painful, but the swelling isn't even all the way finished. And that was like a week and some change ago, so I decided to pull out the meet. But I was at the AT's office today, and we were doing some tests, and we think that the problem is something going on with my right hip. And so at these bigger weights, especially when I'm tired, my knee and ankle are taking the blunt of the impact because I'm running out of room for my hip. Cause like, bro, if you saw me do like internal rotation tests and stuff, you'll just be like, how's that possible? Like I can't internally rotate at all. And he couldn't even believe it. He's like, bro, I've seen you squat so deep. Like, how is this possible? But I actually have crazy hip mobility in the positions that I need it. It's just that outside of those positions, I don't. So I'm like the definition of functional. I'm like Mr. Functional. It's July 12th. After July 12th, it's July 13th. Am I from the United States? Yes, bro. You hear me speaking, you don't think United States, bro? That's crazy. I need to put an American flag right over there. I'm guessing you're not from the United States if you ask me that, because that means that you have trouble hearing accents in English. So that means English is one of your second or third or fourth languages. I'm going to guess you're from what? Eastern Europe, maybe? That's just a guess. Give me a little bit more information, I'll figure out where you're from. Oh, you're Brazilian? That's not fair. You didn't give me enough time. Brazil has some ties to Russia. You're Brazilian. Teach me some Portuguese, bro. Bom dia. I was just watching one of your vids. What video were you watching? I only speak English in Brazil. Bro, what are you doing? Why are you only speaking English in Brazil? Cup. You might be the answer to my problems. I've been looking for a reason to learn Portuguese. Maybe I can help you with some finer things in English, and you can help me with Portuguese. First day of piano lessons. I do not take piano lessons anymore. That was a task I was not ready to take on. Honestly, I would have kept it up, but that guy, Connor, he was one of my clients for personal training, and then he would teach me the piano. First, we switched to like ukulele guitar stuff, which was cooler. I like that better. But he moved to like the heart of Tacoma, and I live way up here, so our schedules just were not matching anymore. So, like I said, I like personal stuff. Same thing with languages. It's easier to do the language thing for me if I have someone that I'm vibing with and I can want to do it. So yeah, when he moved, I was like, bro, I'm not really trying to find some random person to teach me the piano. So I kind of just left it alone. But we'll see. I might get back into an instrument again, like the ukulele or the guitar. Brazil's bigger than 10,000 Polands. Yeah, Brazil's huge. Tell me some more facts about Brazil. Still got the piano in my apartment. Actually, I don't know. I have to look in the closet. That's a good thing to sell. I'm about to go sell that shit. If I didn't sell it already, put that on like OfferUp. Put that as my first month's rent in Colombia. What state am I from? I was born in Texas, and right now I live in Washington State. It's on the West Coast, not Washington D.C. Washington, the state on the West Coast. Piano's so much fun. I thought it was fun, but how do I explain it? It was it was not what I was looking for. It's cool, but oh yeah, it wasn't what I was looking for. Do 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 do. A regular tourist visa in Colombia is like 180 days, if I remember correctly. Um, but I gotta see how we want to play it because we're coming back to Texas in December anyways for my granny's birthday, and so that technically breaks an extended stay, and then we can go back. But like I said, we're gonna be there for a while. So I mean, unless we're there for a couple months and we're like, yeah, let's not go back. I don't see that happening, but it is possible. Um, but yeah, I gotta see how stuff works out. I'm gonna talk to Will. Like I said, I want to try to get in with the Colombian weightlifting team. If I could, like, I don't even care. I'll work the lowest, like, assistant coach job. I really don't care how much they pay me. I just would like to, um, you know, I would like to be on the staff. That would be cool. Isn't it 180 days in a calendar year? Yeah, actually, I don't know. But like I said, I really, yeah, it is. It is. You're right. You're right. It is 180 days in a calendar year. But you can always change and upgrade stuff. So as long as you're not already expired when you're trying to do something, then you'll be okay. But yeah, Doggo Leo killed in 2018. Who's Leo? Yeah, I'm not trying to like expose anything, but Will he's got connects inside the system. He was getting a visa to come here, right? And his appointment was for 2025, bro. Like literally, that's how long it was gonna take him to get an appointment. And he was like, "It's cool. I just have to call this person, pay them this amount of money, and then I'll get bumped up the list to this week." And I was like, I feel like it's not that easy. And he was like, "You see, send me the money." And I was like, "Bro, you better give me my fucking money back if it don't work." Send him the money. It might have been a lot of money to him. It wasn't a lot of money to me. But this dude gets an appointment, gets his visa all within 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, I like corruption. That's dope. It's my Argentina dog. I'm guessing you're saying it's your dog from Argentina. So you got a dog from Argentina and it died in 2018? I'm sure you'll find a way to stay for a year if you want. Yeah, for sure. We'll make it happen. Like I said, unless something crazy happened that just makes our stay really unenjoyable, I feel like we're gonna stay for a while. But if not, still serve this purpose. Like I said, we want to get out of here. We want to just go do it, just so we're not just like constantly like we should do this, we should go, and then like 5 years later we're like, oh man, we should have went. I'd rather go and just have the worst time in the world and just be like, hell nah, than stay here and just wonder like what it would have been like to live there for a little while. He got shot when I was hiding. What were you hiding from? What kind of life are you living, bro? I'm drinking coffee, by the way, at 6:40. Will I stay up late tonight? Who knows? I'm one of those old dudes that can just drink coffee and just go to sleep right afterwards. So that's what you have to look forward to when you become an old man. But Planet Mula, when are you thinking about moving to Peru? Peru, Peru, Peru. Ooh. Thinking next June or July, about a year from now. That's cool. Gives you a lot of time to prepare. Give myself a year to learn Spanish. It's a decent amount of time. I still don't really know what level you're at right now. You still, to this day, have not told me how your first conversation went with your italki tutor. So I can only believe that you never did it, or you just don't want to tell me for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't want to tell me. Do you remember Abraham Lincoln died 1865 April? I'm not laughing at you, but it's 14th. But it's just funny because sometimes if you want to like make a joke, then you can put numbers with the wrong ending so that you could like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like you have to like really understand to understand, but that's how I would type it if I was like making fun of somebody. But I'm gonna help you out. 14th. The combo went okay, but I don't think it was very productive for me. What made it not productive? See, this is the kind of feedback I need, bro, because I could potentially tell you how to make your conversations more productive, no matter who you talk to. So tell me why it wasn't productive, and then give you some feedback. I paid $15, and I didn't get anything out of it. First of all, that's a crazy amount to pay for somebody you don't know. You should have went with one of the community tutors first. Pay one of the cheap ones. That's what I would do in the beginning. I'll pay the cheap ones and like just get some combos in, see how you like it, see what you don't like. And then I would take all of that feedback and then I would go get a professional. If that's the way you want to do it. But If you say you didn't get anything out of it, what exactly does that mean? How did you not get anything out of it? If you had a conversation in Spanish, then you definitely got something out of it. Let me fix that. What's a baby human guy with baby food name called the Chernobyl Scott food? I don't know what that means, bro. She asked me questions, I answered, but I don't remember anything from it. Maybe I need to write down all the things I said incorrectly. For one, I don't know if you're doing it on your phone or your laptop, but if you have the option to record, I would ask them if you can record it so you can review it. If I remember correctly, for some reason the audio doesn't record if you record italki conversations. I remember my young boy told me he recorded a convo and he sent it to me. I'm like, bro, this shit's on mute. But regardless, you don't have to remember something from every conversation. It doesn't mean that you're not having conversations. If you think about conversations in English, like 99% of them are small talk and pointless, right? Which is my big thing about conversations. I hate talking to random people because it's literally insignificant shit. But that doesn't mean that it's not like a social skill. You have to know how to small talk. You have to know how to have these like pointless conversations essentially. And so like I would say people that learn a second language, especially English learners, English speakers that learn Spanish, they can understand more complex stuff better than they can understand simple stuff. It's actually kind of easy to understand the news because the words are so big that they resemble English words, right? It's a lot of cognates, like I don't know, like we talked about it before, but like president, presidente, like you're gonna recognize a lot of those words, but a lot of the daily conversation words, those are the ones that people just rattle off because that's people talk about that stuff every day. BS conversations. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I can't complain, man. Another day, another dollar. If you've never heard another day, another dollar before, or someone saying I can't complain, you might get super confused just because like that's something that I wouldn't even say clearly. I'll be like, man, I can't complain another day, man. Like because I know the person probably even knows I'm gonna say that because like what else can you say to like what's going on? Nothing. What's going on? Shh, not much. What's going on? I can't complain, bro. So those conversations are still valuable. Maybe I should just learn the most commonly used Spanish words because most conversation in English don't use only like 100 different words. Um, I never really liked that approach, man, because it's not so much about knowing the words; it's about knowing how do I explain it. It's almost like being able to predict that it's about to happen. It doesn't matter if you know the word, if you never heard it before, or if you don't even know that the person is about to say it. Like you can almost 100% count on like if you ask someone cómo estás, they're probably gonna say todo bien or bien, and they're gonna say cómo estás tú. Like you can almost like with a certainty guess that they're gonna say that. If they say something different, it might throw you off because you'll be like, why'd you ask me another question? So there's like 100 different conversations like that where it's like every single time you say this, the person's probably gonna say this, and it kind of goes like that. So just because you know the verb estar or you know this or you know this doesn't mean that you know them in their place in conversation, if that makes sense. And you're only gonna get that from talking to somebody and just hearing it over and over again and just being like, I know if I say this, the person's probably gonna say this. Or when people say this, you typically say this next. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just a bunch of little stuff that you couldn't really get from a book. I'm not saying it wouldn't be good to learn some more words, but like I said, those little convos where you might not really remember anything significant happening doesn't mean that it wasn't a valuable conversation in the phase that you're in. Now, once you get like better, I wouldn't say like just go have a bunch of random small talk with people. Like once you get used to it, then you get used to it. But Palabras cotidianas. Yeah. What's up, Rolando? How you doing, bro? But yeah, like I said, we do maybe only use like 100 different words, or 500, or 1,000, or whatever it is. But the point is, it's the way we use them. Just like if you talk to a British person or an Australian person, actually that's a great point. People that don't talk to British people, like I know lots of British people. I lived in Europe, whatever. They greet each other just a little bit different. Like they don't usually say like, "How's it going?" or like, "What's up?" They say, "You all right? You all right, me?" But like if you said that here, if you say, "You all right?" like it's got a different like connotation. Like if you ask me if I'm all right, I'm be like, "Yo, I look sad or something." Like why you ask me that? But that's their standard greeting over there. So if you could know the words "Are you all right?" or the phrase "Are you all right?" but that doesn't mean that it's not gonna catch you off guard and make you think like, why did he just ask me that? You know what I mean? So was there a day where it just clicked for you? You woke up and you just got it? I wouldn't say so. I think people speak about that, but I don't really think there's like a single moment where you're like, oh, like God mode, where you're like, I understand everything now. But like, there's periods of time that you can look back on, like I do. I remember times where like people would speak to me and like I would understand them and like I would want to speak back, but I just like couldn't do it on time, or I would just revert to English. And then I remember times where I started speaking back, but I couldn't say the words I wanted to. And like, yeah, there was a phase. I got to a point where it's just like it's just not anything to me anymore. It's not like I'm doing this. It's just like I'm just speaking, just the same way I'm thinking. Like right now, it's just like whether it's good or bad, whether I trip over my words, whether I can't find the words or whatever. It's not even something that I analyze the same way in English. I don't get off on my live and think like, what could I have done better, or like, how come I couldn't say this word or something like that. I literally don't think about what happens on my live after I get off. So it's the same thing. Now if I have a conversation with someone in Spanish, like I just had a conversation, but it's nothing extra now. But there was never like a single moment where I'm like, I don't think about it anymore. It's just over time, just ain't it cool? Yeah. Why didn't AXA help you for free instead of using Will? Cause that's work, bro. Like, I don't think you would understand unless you did it. But imagine, bro. Imagine you come home from work. All right, let's say you get you a girl in Peru, right? You come home from work, you tired, you're exhausted, and you like, babe, I gotta tell you what happened to me at work. Like, I'm pissed. And she's like, can you tell me in English? But she doesn't really understand English. You know what I'm saying? And like you're like, bro, I'm trying to tell you a story. I'm not trying to do like schoolwork right now. Like I gotta tell you this. And she wants to speak back to you in English, but she barely knows any words. So you gotta sit there and listen to her stumble through it. But you really want to have a conversation. Yeah, that's a little dramatic, but like that's daily life. Like you want to have like fulfilling conversations and talk about stuff and talk about your feelings and whatever. So then you would have to make time like, okay, this is going to be Spanish time. But that shit's work. And like to be honest, she just didn't want to do it. I didn't ask her to either. I didn't like at never at any time was I like, "Hey, can you just blah blah blah." Also like who knows if she would have even been like confident enough to do that because she has her own problems with speaking. Even though it's her first language, she went to school and did everything in English. So her level of Spanish is not as high as her level of English. So I think I told you, bro. Like when we're in Puerto Rico and shit, she be asking me what people said. I'm like, it's your fucking first language. How you asking me what he said? Was there ever a time where you almost stopped? Yeah, yeah. There's been a handful of times. I mean, I did stop in the past before I got like serious. This time, I already told you that. Like after school, after like a few, I did like a couple different goes of Duolingo, bro, and a couple different times like just random stuff. I had this app called Fluencia. That was a cool app, but like I said, it's still not the real thing. So inevitably, it was all the same thing. It led to the same result. Like my expectations were high. Then I tried to talk to somebody, and I'm like, man, I don't know shit. So yeah, a bunch of different times I almost stopped. Even when I got with Will, like it was always other people telling me that I was learning so much, and I was like my level was getting so high and stuff. But like for me, I was like, again, it was an expectations thing, but I was getting to a point where I'm like, bro, I feel like I've invested a lot of time in this to not be able to like confidently speak and fluently speak. Like, why can I not do it? So that's normal. I feel like professionally, sports, everything, like when you have high expectations and you're putting in a lot of work, you always like hit roadblocks and like down periods where you're like, man, this shit sucks, and like maybe I'm not gonna get to where I want to get to. But I feel like if you don't reach that feeling, then you're probably not doing that much. You felt that way after 1 year in? How long? Honestly, I don't have like real time markers to tell you stuff like that. It's been a handful of different times, especially there's been a couple of times that I've watched people, especially like early on, like I would watch Mike Ben and like Bilingue blogs and different people, and like I'm like, damn, like I feel like at this point in time, like they were smooth, bro, like no problem speaking and stuff. So I was like comparing myself and like kind of like saying like I should be here, but like you shouldn't be anywhere. You should be where you're at, like with the amount of work that you put in. So yeah, there's been a handful of times where I was like, maybe I'm just not that guy. But I just keep on doing it every day, man. That's all I can do. So I just I just told myself like this go around, which this go around has been like 3 years now. I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing it every day. Like I changed the way I looked at it. I stopped saying I was gonna like get fluent. I was just like, I'm gonna interact with the language every day, and I'm gonna talk to people, and I'm gonna be able to communicate with them. And communication is at all different levels. So I don't really get down on myself if I have like a poor conversation or something, because that shit happens to me in English, bro. If I wake up, bro, sometimes I'm on the elevator, somebody's talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm like, bro, my brain's not working right now. And I walk to my car, and I don't care because like it's just like a bad conversation. I just wasn't there mentally, didn't really feel like talking, whatever it might be. So yeah, even now, there's sometimes like I just don't feel like talking, bro, or I'm just not in like a good brain space to have like a real productive conversation. And like some soldier will come up to me speaking, and I'm like, bro, it's not gonna happen right now. Axel, what time are you gonna get home? At what time are you gonna be ready to eat? Should I put it in right now or should I wait? But yeah, Planet Moolah, don't think about it too much, man. Just do it. All things like that. Even fitness, man. I would say two people in the last All right, I'm gonna finish the sentence and I'm gonna put the lime in there. Two people in the last like 3 months. No, I didn't make potatoes. You didn't say make potatoes. Um, we could eat rice. That's fine. But two people in the last 3 months have messaged me about starting strength training, right? And they ask all these questions and like, and then they end up like not messaging, or they message again in a week and they're asking all these questions. And I always say the same thing. I'm like, yo, just put your money down. Sign up for a long term one, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and don't do 1 month because you're gonna end up like getting to the end of 1 month and being like, I don't know if I'm gonna see results from this. I just tell people put your money down on 3 or 6. If you don't get to where you want to be at, I'll give you all your money back. I do have a no refund policy unless I give you my word that I'm gonna give it back. But I'm just saying, regular people, if you sign up and then like you decide you want to just like quit after 2 weeks or something, I'm not giving you your money back. But when I tell people that, they do it and they always get to where they want to get to, and they're like, yeah, I'm glad I stuck with this. So I would tell you the same thing with your Spanish. Like, keep doing it every day, keep interacting with the language. Like, you're gonna make progress and you're not even gonna know how much progress you're making. Hold on real fast, I gotta put this line in. New beginnings are real. Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna get into a science lecture, but it's that shit goes away because you can do anything and make progress in the beginning. Very similar to Spanish, actually, which is why people maybe like the very first time we interacted, you might have thought that I was like being harsh or like being like super absolute, but I'm like, bro, Duolingo doesn't work like that. The people that say Duolingo works are the people that just started on it because you know nothing. So everything is a huge amount of progress, right? You knew 0 words, you got on Duolingo, now you know 50 words. That's a huge increase. You keep doing it, and like there's no more big jumps anymore. And so you say you made way more progress in the gym than you have in Spanish. I doubt it. You might have bigger expectations than you have for Spanish in the gym. Maybe you didn't expect to make that much progress in the gym, or just maybe the gap between your progress and your expectations are a little bit smaller. But I guarantee you that you've made a lot of progress in Spanish. Tell me, okay, tell me when you started. Like in your mind, when did you start learning learning Spanish? May 1st of this year? Or are you talking about like a year ago? And did you have like any kind of base and did you have like any kind of Spanish before that or you just started? Cuz if you just started, that's crazy that you're even talking about progress or frustration. This year. Did you take Spanish in high school or Oh, okay. I had a typical Spanish background, but I got a D in that class. D minus. Okay, so but at least you had a little bit of base. But even still, like, all right, I want you to think about it like this. Yeah, you don't have the highest level of Spanish right now, but it's literally been 2 months, 2 months and some change, and not even 2 good months because you haven't been speaking. So if you think of it like in terms of like work put in, results put out, like you're having good progress, bro. You knew what the subjunctive was when I asked you. Bro, I didn't even know what the subjunctive was until like that. At no point in my high school Spanish or like Duolingo did I know what the subjunctive was. So there was like years where I was only speaking in the indicative, which is crazy. And then when I got with Will, it was still like months before I like understood like anything about the subjunctive. I would just tell myself like that's some super high level stuff that I just don't know. And he would mention it every once in a while and try to tell me about it, and I would just kind of like close my mind to it because I was scared. So, but bro, you're 2 months in. This whole time, I thought you were like a year in or something, bro. I thought you were like just getting down on yourself, bro. You're in a good spot for 2 months of taking it seriously. I think you're being way too tough on yourself, bro. There's people, I guarantee you, there's probably people in this chat right now that have been learning for 8 months to a year that might know a little more than you, if they even know more than you. Because when Will was not here, you understood a decent amount of what he said. And I remember when we were doing the reading thing, you could understand what I was saying. Yeah, you're way too tough on yourself, bro. I'm not gonna say his name, but the guy that I was telling you about earlier that would record, I told to record his italki session and send it to me so I could help him. I'm not even joking. He was like a year in, and like, you know those passages out of the book that I read to you, like he wouldn't have understood a lot of that. Like, I'm not even joking. He went to a Spanish speaking destination and he did not have a good time. So I think, for one, I think that you should get someone outside of yourself to give you some feedback, like me or Will. You know, like, I tell everybody this, anybody on here or any of my social medias, you could send me voice notes in Spanish, you could whatever, you could text me in Spanish, you could do whatever, and I would help you out as much as I could. I could give you some feedback if you want. I could tell you like what I think you need to close the gap. And bro, you're not gonna annoy me. Like, if I'm annoyed, I just won't text back. It's not that serious. I promise you. You could never text me more than other people on my phone text me. There's people that send me a lot of messages, bro. One of my no, I'm not gonna say it. Even though y'all don't know his name or anything like that. Someone that used to be in this chat, he went through like psychosis, I think that's what it's called. And before he committed himself, like, bro, this dude was texting me a lot, bro. Like, I was like this close to blocking his name out of my phone, bro. But I'm talking about hundreds of texts. And I would just be like, hey, could you not send me like 100 texts before I text back? Because that's crazy. I don't care if you send 100 texts, but let me reply and tell you if I want to have the conversation or not. So, but then like when he admitted himself, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I was like, damn, bro. Like, I was like, why is he blowing up my phone like this? Yes, he had a mental problem, but I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew, but that's rude to just be like, I think this dude has mental problems. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But like I said, you would get a very clear message from me before you got to the point of annoying me. I would make it known like, hey, let's talk less. But I wouldn't do that. I promise you. Like, that's the only person that's ever happened to me with, and I'm not exaggerating. It was literally like 100 messages. He was in the chat once or twice, yes, but not. I don't think you would remember his name or anything like that. He was actually one of my clients, and yeah, I'm sure he'll be back, but he had to take care of himself. So, but like I said, I didn't know he had a mental problem at the time, so I wasn't even annoyed. I was kind of just like, can you stop? Like, I don't want to come back to my phone and see like you have 100 text messages. I was like, what the? I thought like an emergency happened, bro. I was like, what in the world? But anyways, the point is, you're not gonna annoy me. I promise you. So, anyways, like I said, somebody like me or Will could give you some actual feedback, and not even just like corrections type of feedback. Like I said, I could tell you like you're in a good spot, or like compared to when you talked to me before, you're in a way better spot. Because like I said, sometimes like you can't really recognize your progress because like you're inside of the experience. You know what I mean? So even if you learn 50 more words, let me back up a little bit. In the beginning, you can't have any conversations, right? So going to having any kind of conversation is a huge jump. Then you're having beginner level conversations where you can't really say what you want to say, blah, blah, blah. And then so to jump to having like pretty decent conversations, that's another big jump. After you get to decent conversations, there's really no next big jump. Like either you're having conversations or you're not, right? So that's where you kind of get in that like that's like kind of the valley of despair right there. That's what people call like the intermediate plateau or whatever. It's like you just really don't have anything else to say that you made like decent progress. So if you learned 50 more words, you're still just having the same kind of decent convo. Like you don't go from talking about the weather and what you're going to do today to like being a rocket scientist. That's a huge jump. So that is like where it's helpful to have someone be like, bro, you sound way better. You're sounding more fluid. Blah blah blah. And the good thing is people won't expect me to be great in Spanish anyways because they know it's not my first language. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think about being great or anything like that. I just think about communicating. And I think becoming better and being great is going to make you a better communicator. But that's my personal goal. My goal is to have great conversations. I want to meet people and talk about deep things and the things that both of us want to talk about. I don't want there to be a barrier. And it's like, I would tell you about this, but he's not going to understand. So I'm not going to talk about the thing that I really want to talk about. Like, people talk to me because I listen, right? Like, people tell me the most random stuff every day, bro. Like, people literally tell me about, like, their Star Wars collections and stuff. Do I care about their Star Wars collections? Not really. But I care about having conversations. And so the fact that I'm listening and responding to what they're saying when probably everyone else is like, I don't want to hear about your Star Wars collection. Um, it makes them want to talk to me. So I don't want in Spanish that my barrier is the language, and they're like, I would tell him about my collection, but he's not gonna know what any of these words mean. So that's why I want to be great. Spanish speakers are very forgiving. Yes, 100%. But that's also, I said this before, but that's also the downfall, though. Like, they're not lying. They're just super nice and super forgiving. So sometimes they don't tell you that you're saying stuff wrong, or they tell you that you're like, you got great pronunciation and you think you don't need to work on it anymore because, like, oh, they're saying I'm great. What a nerd. That's me. Bet you won't fight me though. If you would, then let's set it up. I haven't had a scrap in a minute, so kind of rusty to be honest. When you say you're down, do you want to fight me or you want to help me jump this dude? Because I'm down for both, but like it would be cooler to just jump that dude. But yeah, Planet Moolah, it's it's a journey, man. I only fight unfair, we jumping. Facts. Yeah, it's a journey, man. It's if it was easy, literally everyone that you've ever known would probably speak a second language. So it ain't easy, man. Sometimes it's not as hard as people say it is either, but it ain't easy. There's some tough days, man. Some tough days. But yeah, like I said, man, you can always shoot me a text, shoot me your voice messages. There's a lot of little stuff, man. There's a lot of little stuff that, like, you don't know what you don't know. And so there's lots of little pronunciation things that like Americans mess up on when they speak Spanish. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I can recognize it though. And so sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. And it's good to break the habit early if you can. That's why it's good to have someone give you feedback. Like I talked about on here before, like lots of English speakers try to apply our vowel sounds to Spanish, and it doesn't work like that. Like you need to say the Spanish vowels, or like I would say the single R. Lots of Americans say it like a D, or no, sorry, they say the D like a R. So yeah, it's really weird. Will, like when I first met Will, he used to tell me that. Like every time I like, yeah, he would say, "Are you saying bull or are you saying all?" And I'll be like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, come on, I'm clearly saying all." But now when I listen to people learning to speak Spanish, I'm like, "Oh my God, it sounds like they're saying bull. Like it sounds like they're saying a R. I see it now, bro." In fact, I saw a TikTok of a girl learning English, and she and she was like telling the other girl like, "Yo, just if you want to say the R, uh, or if you want to say a D in English, just say it how I don't know which way. I can't remember which way, but basically she was like, if you want to say this letter in English, just say it how Americans try to say this in Spanish." Give examples. I don't know what you're talking about with the R and the D. Okay, so like if I get very, very neutral, right? Uh, like todo, right? Like Americans would say like todo, todo. Instead like todo. It sounds like they're saying todo. And if you, depending on the conversation, that shit can actually confuse you. If you say, if they say todos los días, then it's like, okay, I know what you're saying. But if it was alone and you were saying something else, like it could confuse you. Like I said, when I used to say it, Will used to be like, "Todo?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, todo." But like I said, I didn't recognize the error. And there's a couple other things like that, um, like unnecessarily rolling the single R, turn it into a double R, which can completely change the word. Ahora versus ahorra, which is a totally different word. Most of the time, it won't be a different word. It'll just be an incorrect pronunciation. But in that case, changes the word. Could change the word depending. Um, I would have to like listen to somebody talk to point out other stuff, but just little stuff. And like I said, not necessarily gonna make you not understood all the time, but like you might as well correct it. What else? I can't think of any of those simple errors right now, but there's a lot like that. And what really gets confusing for people is that, so if they're listening to a Caribbean Spanish speaker, they might hear them kind of drop that D and they're like, "Oh, well, that's what I'm trying to do." But it's like, no, that's not what you're doing. I think that's caused because they're pronouncing a closed O following the D and todo. Drop the D. If they close their O, they might fix that problem. Maybe they're still putting their tongue in the wrong position for the D though. That's part of the problem. But yeah, definitely. I don't know all the super linguistic language, but I know what you're saying there, and that's also a problem too. Like, we extend stuff. We extend our vowels. And so yeah, you hear English speakers do that all the time where they're like, I don't even have an example, but I know what you're saying. At the end, instead of just like stopping, they just like keep going. And yeah, so but that's the point. Little stuff like that, you wouldn't even know that's a thing when you first start. So it's helpful to have someone be like, "Oh, you don't know that you're doing this, and you don't know that this isn't a thing in this language." And if someone tells you that and you can recognize it, then you can start hearing yourself do it and be like, "Oh, I see now. I see." Same thing with like I was talking about, just mispronouncing the vowels, right? Like lots of English speakers for some reason they say the E's like real A like the English like A. Like they'll say like una vase. And it's just like, why are you saying it like that? But like I said, you gotta make mistakes to make progress. So it's not serious. It's just what it is. And some people don't have those goals. Some people are like, I actually don't care how I sound. I just want to talk, and if I'm being like mainly understood, that's cool. And I'm like, that's dope. But if you care, that's dope. I wonder if Ox is just like sitting in the car or something. Because the lamb is finished. Oh yeah, I saw your text come in, Planet Mulan, but I'm on the live, so obviously I'll respond to it when I get off. Fox News, yeah, that's also an interesting topic. Country names, pronunciations, spellings. I I get why people get like super mad about Colombia, right? They get mad if you put a U in there. But it's like, yo, actually, everything that is said Colombia, and in English is spelled with a U in that spot because that's like the Americanization of the word. So it's not really crazy that people do that with the country. It's like none of us really pronounce Middle Eastern countries right unless you speak Arabic. So like imagine, well, sometimes that does happen. Sometimes people are like, why are you saying Iraq? You need to say the country the right way. And it's like, bro, they don't speak Arabic, bro. They don't even know the correct pronunciation. Do you think we're saying fucking Eastern European countries' names right? No, bro. We're saying it the best way that we can. So sometimes with Spanish speaking countries, I'm like, dang, they're going kind of hard about this. I get it, but I'm like, but that wasn't even his real name. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the point, huh? Sure, thanks. Actually, no, I don't want it. You can have it.
I'm rude.
Oh, sorry, you did put the right name. I just kind of. The point is, Christopher Columbus is wrong, and his Spanish name is wrong too. No. Sorry, you're right. I didn't even read it all. I knew what you were gonna say before you said it. But yeah, obviously, like Christopher Columbus wasn't a Spaniard, um, and so they said his name the best way that they could. They just turned it into a Spanish name, and so to me, it's the same thing. It's like people, like I said, they get mad about the spelling of Colombia and shit, and I'm like, bro, that shit's already wrong anyways. Who cares? Now, if you speak Spanish and you say it wrong, then I'm like, all right, you're just being weird. But like, even on my phone, if my keyboard's in English, it auto corrects Colombia to Colombia. I have to manually change it. But let me make sure. Let me see. Christopher Columbus's original name. I'm pretty sure you put his original name, but I never know what it is because
What up, bro?
Yeah, okay, yeah. You put the right original name. Yes. Cristoforo Colombo. I don't know how you say that in Italian. And then they changed it to Cristobal Colon. And then we changed it to Christopher Columbus. He was supposedly Jewish. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna do it because YouTube's gonna ban me. But if I was gonna make a joke, I would say someone else would say that explains why he had to leave, but I wouldn't make that joke because that's not funny. Phil said hi,
Phil? The only one who has manners around here.
They might not have the screen on.
Oh, that's true. You did say that. I'm tired of Sandy. He was Jew-ish.
Like kinda Jew. I really made the joke, but
I didn't get it.
who was that Guatemala?
Me?
No, I have not watched those videos yet. It was too late. And so I was like, I'll watch them tonight. I'm not a liar. I said I'll watch them, I will, but it has to be on my has to be on my time when I can actually click it and watch it. If I would have opened it last night, I would have opened it and just been like, I can't watch this, and I would have closed it. Dang, he said you look like a racist Argentinian. That's crazy.
They gotta kick you out the chat. Planet Moolah. I'll tell you why our flag is much more beautiful. Excuse me, sir. So, this is what you call a quetzal. It's a very beautiful bird, and it symbolizes freedom. If it is in a cage far too long, it dies. And when the Spaniards held Guatemalans captive, that's why we are the quetzal, which is also a form of money. And it says Libertad de Septiembre de 1821. It's the wrong way. So yeah, we've been free since 1821.
Rolando, you hella disrespectful.
What was he saying? That rag she's holding looks awful. What is he? If he's Mexican, we're definitely kicking you out the chat. Why do Mexicans think that's the funniest joke? Like, I kid you not, that was so uncreative. Every fucking Mexican in my whole goddamn life has said that joke to me. And as a matter of fact, it's not funny at all. And you could get your shit talking game up because that was really ugly.
Dang,
and whack and lame. So if you want to come at me, you gotta get way better than that.
Damn.
Basic ass trash talking. Damn. Next.
But are you serious? No, she's not serious.
No, I'm serious as fuck. Every fucking Mexican says that joke.
She's only halfway serious.
No,
if she was mad, she would have actually cussed more, so.
I'm like 100% serious, but I've heard that joke so much that it literally don't bother me no more.
That's why I said you're not that serious. Like, you're not actually bothered. I should say she's not bothered. That's what I said. She's serious about what she said, but if she was bothered.
I'm not bothered. No, I'm not bothered.
It was a little out of left field. Imagine if someone said that about the Mexican flag. Canelo thought fucking.
I've never heard that joke because you're not Guatemalan, duh.
Canelo thought Messi stepped on the flag and he went on a Twitter rant for a whole day. So, I don't know, man. People be serious about their flags. Phil said y'all been free longer than us, damn.
Canelo will be at your door at 100. I was thinking, should I go Canelo mode or should I be a little classier?
Rolando said the Mexican flag design is unimaginative. In what sense? How would you have
his
designed?
jokes? That's how it was.
Dang, you got a target.
Actually, very perfect. Like it goes. You definitely are Mexican.
You got a target on your
very
head. Very
uncreative. Unimaginative is the best word you could say.
What would you do if you were gonna design the flag, Rolando? How would you have made it better? Rolando's like, fuck this. I'm not typing no more. For everything. I'm like, what you got to say? I'm ready now. Oh my god. Do I think the American flag is the coolest? I actually do think. I think the American flag is kind of cool sometimes, but I don't think it's like the coolest flag I've ever seen. I think it's like got too much going on a little bit. It's like a little. I think some of our old flags were kind of cool, like the 13 colony joints, but like right now it's kind of tacky. It's like too much in one thing.
I like it.
No, it's cool. It's just too much. But like we're too much. That's like America.
It's true.
13 colony flag goated. Facts, bro. You see what I'm saying?
It's an Italian flag with an eagle on it. Wow. I never knew that.
You know, Axa knows the Mexican national anthem by heart.
I do.
What's really funny is she's, a quarter Mexican? So, do I like the design of the Confederate flag? Hell no, that shit's trash. I'm not just saying that because they were shitty. I just don't. I don't know why people love that flag so much. Besides being racist, it's not a dope flag. Honestly, like every time I see it, I'm like, man, that shit is ugly, bro. And it's kind of hard to make an ugly flag. Like, if you just kind of keep it basic, usually they're not that bad. But like I said, America's always doing just a little bit too much.
True.
But I'm like a simple guy. Like, dang, I was literally just about to say, Japan, they kept it real simple. And I like it. The Union Jack. Yeah, I don't.
Union Jack.
British.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nah. It's okay, but I feel like all South American flags are pretty decent. Central American flags too.
Second place flag.
Yeah. Japan's very, very simple, but it's okay. China's looks alright. I kind of don't like the yellow and red thing they got going on. Who else? Some of the Middle Eastern countries, they got kind of too much going on too. Yeah, Brazil's is cool. Yeah, I think flag designs look better when they're just like pretty simple.
Is
just
that
like
simple?
Yeah, I think that is simple. I think I was just about to say, if you got like one or two colors, picture in the middle, that's like the best way.
I feel like that's all Latin America.
That's what I said. They, like for the most part, they got pretty decent flags. Yeah, Korea's cool. Trying to think some of the Saudi
North
Arabia
Korea or South Korea too.
Saudi Arabia is pretty dope too. They got a lot going on there, but they did it in the right way. Is Guatemala ever in the World Cup?
Yo, y'all come for Guatemala one more time. I'm gonna turn this whole shit off.
They ain't in no cups, bro. they got water cups. That's about it. Get off of me, dude. But yeah, nah.
No, we haven't made one in a minute. Where if we ever made one, it'd probably be because we hosted it, but that's never gonna happen. Water cups. Phil, don't laugh at that. He's not funny.
If Axa wanted to, she could move to Guatemala become a citizen and wrestle in the Olympics, but she don't want
Yo,
to.
I would have to live there for 5 years straight.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
No, wait. Oh, it is 2.
Oh, I was about to say 5 years is a long
5
time.
is if I wanted to leave and come back, which I would want to leave.
Yeah.
I can't be there for 2 years straight.
I'm sure Guatemala has a famous boxer.
That would be Greenfield. Nobody asked you, Rolando. Where's St. Andrews?
I don't know any famous boxers from Guatemala. Greenfield, White St. Andrew's Cross, and a red St. George's Cross.
My grandpa
I'd have
was
to
a
see
boxer in Guatemala.
He said famous.
My grandpa famous.
In your family.
True.
Did we show them your heritage book? Can you grab that?
Yeah, this is my white side though.
Yeah, that's the only side you have. What's that?
I'm indigenous. If I wanted to, I could become Spaniard. Citizen.
This is her family's history. She had a person in her family
Who was a noble
in Mexico that made a whole book about their lineage. It's crazy.
Yeah, dating back to.
Let's see the first racist in your family.
You're not wrong.
Oh man. Oh, he's right. You said nobody asked you, but I did ask him what his Mexican flag
Yeah,
is.
nobody asked you.
Okay.
I wish I could be Korean. I'm too broke for dual citizenship. How much do you have to pay?
He's black. They probably make him pay more. They're like, we don't want you over here, dude.
Wait, you're black and Korean, Phil?
You didn't know that?
For some reason, I thought you're Filipino.
That's
It
racist.
probably is racist.
Trying to find it. Is this the first person? It's the first
It's
person with a picture.
1852.
I don't know if y'all can see
They
this.
require you have 30K lit. Wow.
This dude is her
Lucrative.
something great grandpa in Barcelona. Crazy, all that Spaniard blood. Oh, you messed up the mic, Oxa.
My bad.
Is the sound totally ruin it?
My bad. Can you not hear?
Did you know that the Argentine flag inspired Honduras, Guatemalan, and Salvadorian flag? 30K. I don't know what I was listening to. I was reading that book. That's crazy, bro. You ain't never gonna have a citizenship. How far does that genealogy book go back? The very first thing in here. Blah, blah, blah.
6 test. Yeah, y'all wildin' for that.
6 test.
I feel like that'll be a legit test too. If there's 6. When my mom, when she took her U.S. citizenship test, it was 10 questions from a 100 question pool, but they asked her 10 of the easiest questions, like who the president is, Joe Biden, who's the governor of Washington, who are the Washington senators, and it was like, I don't know, it was just really easy stuff. So.
Okay, the very first person that they have listed is Joaquin, and he was baptized. Yeah, he was, I guess, born in Barcelona, August 29th, 1846. So that's how far it goes back. He's the first person in here, the start of the line. Interesting. I want to actually read this now because see this? Plançon. But this C is not a Spanish C.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? French?
I would have read blancon, so I don't know.
I was going to, but then it literally says it right here that you la pronunciación sea plançon. And it says sometimes they put a Z because that C, cedilla, doesn't exist in Spanish. Well, yeah. So I'll probably read that. Planet Mula, you didn't tell me, did the mic get fixed or not? Or is it just ruined for the rest of the live because of AXA? Oh, that's good. Okay, cool.
Thanks to me.
No, thanks to you, it's ruined. Here, you can sit down.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Put this ham on a plate.
Oh.
If you ever want it.
What's up, y'all? The more interesting human of the two is here.
What, potatoes or what?
You can. There's the rice in the freezer. You can just microwave that. Let's see. Cuban are your favorite flags. How was your day, Axa? Axa on the mic. What? My day was good. Just went to work. Then I went to work out. And now I'm home. But on the way home, I stopped for an ice cream cone because I knew I needed something from my workout until I got home. Because sometimes, you know, when your glucose drops far too low when you're working out, your sugar's just too low. Yeah, so that was happening. So I was like, oh, and there's like an ice cream shop on the way, and it's like this Mexican ice cream shop, which is cooler. So they have like a lot, like just all these different flavors. They have like tequila flavors. I don't know if y'all know what a gansito is, but it's like a little Mexican cake dessert, almost not like a Twinkie, but like the equivalent type of snacker dessert. So no, it wasn't Baskin Robbins. It was like this cute little Mexican ice cream place. I go to Sonic when that happens. Dope. There's like 2 Sonics in all of Washington, and like you gotta go to like a specific place. I do miss that about Missouri and like the general South. Y'all got much better fast food joints than up here. I gotta admit, like even Cracker Barrel. It's not fast food, but man, I fucking miss that shit. I'm trying to get Jalen's lamb and steak bites recipe. I love how Jalen makes lamb. Delicious. Yo, y'all want to hear a story about Jalen cooking? There was this one time Jalen.
Tell the full story too. Don't
Okay, so I was trying to get Jalen to start cooking more. This was like maybe 2 years ago. And it was Jalen's turn. He like looked up this recipe online, and I don't even know what the recipe was, to be honest. And this guy, I guess he thought we had this sweet chili sauce that we normally use for different ingredients or different recipes. And so he thought he could freestyle. I was like, first of all, only chefs or pros or people who have experience cooking should be freestyling. And so this man freestyled it. And that was the worst decision he could have made. I literally couldn't finish anything. Jalen couldn't even finish his food. And I was just like, my stomach hurt. I was just like, no. And so after that, he was banned from cooking for like a solid year and a half maybe. Until one day he, I don't know, he just decided to cook steak. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is edible. It's good. It actually has flavor. I could eat it all. I'm messing. It was actually really good. And then he tried lamb, and he's actually really good with lamb. So he's slowly getting cooking privileges back. So yes, he had my stomach doing some wild shit. So Gancitos are far better than Twinkies. Yes, they are. I was just comparing it as a snack. Similar. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. Cracker Barrel is my favorite, and I miss it. I think about it frequently, and I'm jealous of people who have access to Cracker Barrel because I don't, and I think about it a lot. The pancakes, perfect crisp, crispy edges. Who's all here besides the huge? There says there's 6 people in here. Denny's is better. I don't know about that, Planet Moolah. That's like, that is sacrilegious of you. At least say Waffle House if you're gonna say anything of that nature. Yeah, I got a second fill here. Denny's is like, yeah, sorry, can't support that. Denny's scares me. I don't know. I feel like you meant that, Planet Moolah. I feel like you really meant Denny's is better. And it's probably your favorite food, but Phil and I bullied you into saying that it scares you now. Is it true? Stand your ground. If you like Denny's, hold true to it. I'm gonna judge you, but you should stay strong in your beliefs. Denny's gives me some flashbacks. What kind of flashbacks? Applebee's is okay, but now we're getting out of breakfasty food. My favorite Guatemalan food? It's a tough one. So, pollo campero, which pretty much is fried chicken, lame terms, is always really good. They know how to cook it right. They know how to make it the best in the world. So there's that. But to be honest, I really just like, I'm pretty basic with my meals. I just like the different kinds of salsa that's on the meat. So like meat with rice and beans, and different kinds of salsa that's made. That's probably my go-to in like any culture. Used to sit in Denny's chilling with friends at 3 a.m. Oh, I thought you were going to tell a crazy story. That was very anticlimactic. Impulse Athletics. No, I'm just kidding. I know who you are. I was going to call you Bigford, but that's what we used to call your brother. So I was like, wait, no, Dakota. Bigford. Dakota, Jalen said to message me. He's got to tell you something. I've noticed that Latin American food is basically just Americanized Arabic food. What? Did I read that right?
What did he say?
I've noticed that Latin American food is just Latin Americanized Arabic food.
All cultures' food is the same. Like there's only so much. There's rice, beans, meat.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not in the US, you don't eat rice and beans frequently. But we all just literally stole stuff from each other and used the ingredients that are native to our countries. I'm going to say where we were the prior night, but back in the day, we were at Waffle House at 6 a.m. We were wilding, and there was family getting ready for church. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think someone's calling for my brother or dad when I hear. Yeah, I used to call your brother that, Bigford. Then I realized I couldn't say Bigford because you're also technically Bigford. Fun fact, y'all, Dakota's brother and I were in the same class wrestling. We never obviously wrestled because he was way bigger than me and he was a boy. But he was like the big bad guy when I was in high school. He won state, right, Dakota? Pretty sure he did. I think he did. Once, twice? I don't know. But yeah, he was really good. Have I beat a guy in wrestling? Yes. Too easy. Many boys broke their egos. Nah, he's smaller than you. There was one time this guy, I beat him in like 30 seconds and he refused to shake my hand after. And the ref, it was so funny. He cussed him out and grabbed him by his neck and made him shake my hand. I was like, loser. Yeah, won once, got third the other time. Dakota, did you wrestle? Jalen didn't wrestle because he's weak.
That's funny. Making sure the chat's still live. Man, that's so loud.
We played better sports.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Phil, you used to be cool, and now you're not cool. But your son's gonna wrestle. What? Why? So you're gonna make your son do the uncool sports, or did you realize that wrestling was cooler after high school, and you wanted to get your son in them? Get your daughter in it. That's good, self-defense. For 1 year, didn't want to be like Zach, staying in cross country and track and judo.
Yo, Dakota, what happened to your little brother, bro? I haven't seen him in like years. What's his name? Jordan, right?
Do you ever think of getting into UFC fighting? Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!
Bro, back up from the mic.
Y'all,
The
am I
camera,
shouting?
why you so close?
Is this what Jalen does?
Yeah, I be chilling.
Oh.
That's how you drive.
Okay, well,
too.
I don't know how to be chill.
She
I don't know if you
drives-
guid could
she
know
drives
this,
like
but
this with her face in the steering wheel, bro. It's crazy.
first of all, because I'm just a hype person, okay? I don't know if you guys know this, but Jalen is not hype, so I gotta. This is how we are.
Rolando said you're a beaner.
Are you insulted by the term beaner? It's weird to insult people by foods they eat. I love refried beans. Call me a bean. Okay, bean. Bean. Stop yelling. No. With the fit. No, I don't. I guess it depends who's saying it. Honestly, I don't care. But if a white person or any person calls me a beaner, I'm just gonna destroy their appearance, probably, if it's a random person. But I don't really care, to be honest.
Yo, Mula, no one in this chat is beating Amanda Nunes, to be honest. So you're crazy. Like, no lie, Amanda Nunes could whoop y'all's ass.
I bet you could take Amanda. I don't know what it is, but why do people like thinking they can beat professional women fighters?
They can with some of them, but not Amanda Nunes. There's some garbage. There's some, like, Paige Van Zandt, no disrespect.
Oh, that's what I was trying to think of. That's what I was trying to...
There's especially, like, the smaller the girl gets, the more chance the average dude can beat them. But, no, Amanda Nunes is working any average dude. I heard her punch in real life. Yeah, it's something you have to experience. I used to spar girls when I was still like 147. So like the little girls they could spar like up to like 154 ish. And some of them girls I'd be like, yo, she thumping, bro. Like if she hits a regular dude, they going to sleep, bro. Like
He talking about me.
not her.
Super me. Guatemalans do not eat spicy. That is a lie. My parents never ate spicy growing up. I loved spicy food until I got ulcers, which fucked up my stomach forever, and now I can't eat spicy food. If I do.
Honestly, Mexicans are like Spice Kings. Everyone else kind of like nah.
Yeah, I would say I don't think any other country. Like we'll always have salsa or something spicy as an option. But yeah.
Like Will hates spicy food, and he's just like, yeah, you're not gonna find that much spicy food in
Well,
Colombia. Like,
the Guatemalans and Texans are probably surrounded by Mexicans, like
yeah,
how I
I was
eat
about to say
spicy
that's literally
food.
her story. But
So
like, yeah, the people from the actual country,
they
like,
do not eat spicy food. And
it's the same way, like in the Caribbean and stuff like that. They're just like, why would you put hot sauce on this? Why would you put any kind of spice on this? Like,
her and Jessica on Drown Dog. How you generate that much power at 115?
facts. Some people just blessed, bro. Blessed by the best.
You ever had a yes? Pupusas are my shit, bro.
Yeah, when I first met her, she was so mad about the way someone served her pupusas, and I was just like, who cares, bro?
Okay, does anyone in this chat? Okay, sorry, Phil, I'm getting close. Anyone in this chat had pupusas before? If so, please comment yes, because or else it's not gonna matter. The story won't matter. Actually, I can tell it in a way that'll matter. Okay, thank you, Planet Moolah. I needed assurance. So you know how it comes with the salsa and the cabbage? They didn't give me that shit. That's fucking wild. It's like eating a taco without cilantro, lime, and onions. It's like eating a cheeseburger without cheese.
Then it's just a
It's
hamburger.
like, exactly.
I'd be like, well, guess I'll eat a hamburger.
No. It's like eating, what else? I don't know. Just think of really important ingredients and not eating it. It was crazy. I was pissed. And I had already drove off, so I couldn't get it. So that shit was hella dry. That's ghetto. Thank you, Planet Moolah. Curtido sauerkraut. Yeah, you're using words I don't know, dog. I know what sauerkraut is, but it's not sauerkraut. It's cabbage. Like pickled cabbage.
That's sauerkraut.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought sauerkraut is what you put on hot dogs.
Yeah.
No, but that's a nasty seasoned pickled.
It's all the same shit.
It's possible, Planet Moolah.
But that just goes back to what I said earlier. Like, all foods from different cultures, they're like all the same shit. Everybody makes the same shit. They call it something else.
That makes sense, actually. Because obviously sauerkraut on hot dog isn't going to taste the same as the I guess sauerkraut is what it is.
That's why it's funny.
On
Like, I get it,
pupusas.
but like on Twitter, like somebody will say like, "Yo, I went to this Mexican shop and they had like cinnamon milk or something like that," and people be like, "Oh, that's hella disrespectful. Call it what it's supposed to be called." It's like they don't know what it's called, bro. Like they just know that they had something that tasted good and they start calling it something that they could remember.
Oh, that makes sense. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
Because I legit did not know that was the word for it.
There's like an emoji in the way of whatever you just said. I know a Guatemalan name, something.
Hmm?
The last comment, you see how the heart is like covering up.
Mm-hmm.
They said, which is a German name, so I'm guessing it maybe says.
Can I take it off?
No, there's no way.
Oh.
I usually just pin it, but I'm gonna just guess it says.
I have a Guatemalan
What
name.
is that? Is that a
It's like a
C or
heart.
a O?
It looks like a O.
All right, let's think of German names that start with O.
I'm not German. Plenty of
Oscar.
Guatemalans have plenty of German names.
Oh,
It says
Otto.
Otto. Otto. That's my brother's middle name.
Because he's German. You're German.
I am not.
You are white.
Y'all wanna know story? Jalen is 11% white.
Pretty sure it was higher than that. But...
Oh.
Sorry.
So he's
Sorry for
he's a white boy.
Sorry for slavery.
He's a little white boy.
But I mean, that's not really surprising. I think we might have talked about this before, but if you're Guatemalan, like you can travel to Russia freely. Like they got hella ties with Europe.
It's true.
They are not our allies.
It's true. And we have some ties with China.
Yeah, would
Just,
not.
yeah, probably not.
Otto von Bismarck. Guten Tag.
Damn. The miracle's eating dead.
Yeah, he said, fuck y'all, I'm not waiting.
Okay. Peace, y'all.
Alright, we're gonna end this thing. It's 8:02. We was on here for an hour and a half. That was a good amount of time. It was a good closing with AXA. So, any questions and concerns, better let me know right now before I hit end stream. 23andMe says I'm 50% Spaniard, 36% indigenous, and the rest is North African stuff. That's dope. My shit was 90% black.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't actually. It was like, she said 11. I really think it was like 20 something percent. I was like fucking Irish and shit. But I'm like, my family's from Louisiana, so French, Irish, rapes. What do I love most about my wife? I love that she's herself. That's what I love the most about her. All right, y'all. I got to end the stream because we're about to put the food on the table. See y'all tomorrow with Will, maybe.